Make juice juicy again, welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Baby dolls, we've had the CPI data come out. What's going on with Charlie Kirk and the assassin? It hasn't been revealed yet. We have mortgage rates changing for America. PayPal coming and talking about HyperLiquid's US dollar stablecoin. Very interesting. What's going on with the DogeCoin ETF and Roca Negra tokenizing everything? Is Jim Cramer bearish on RH? All of that coming your way and more. But first, we're going to look at BTC, $114,000. Checking it out. We have it right here. Here is Bitcoin, friends. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually show this again for you later on in my yummy updates. But I just want to show you how different this cycle is. Let's have a quick sneak peek. This is a comparison of every cycle. Thank you to Mr. Giovanni for sharing this. Actually, the guy who shared this, it's the other power law model guy. Giovanni. Power law model is the new stock to flow model where we got this mathematical equation and we go, oh, look at this. We're just going up and to the right forever. Cool by me. But just be careful with these at the very end, all right? This is the comparison of every cycle. We are, obviously, we can see we're in the teal blue right here. You can see we are in a shocking trash cycle by comparison. Firstly, we have, look, in other cycles, we had peaked already. The final blow-offs at the very, very ends were actually here. It's kind of interesting what he's done as well. I think he's applied some sort of discount rate as well because this high for Bitcoin back in 2021, this was meant to have touched the all-time high for the Navy, but it hasn't. I think he did he's normalized the prices. Not sure what he's normalized them to, but you kind of get to see, friends, if we are going to match the last point of the 40 cycle, we got to peak out in literally, oh my gosh, friends, it's so funny, October the 5th. So we've got 3 weeks. Look, and of course, we just got to be careful. You know, we got to think about, hey, everybody wants a longer cycle every time. We always want to make more money and more growth, but are we really going to get it? That's the question. Look, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen euphoria. I haven't. The people who have seen euphoria, Solana, Bitcoin people, they have, okay? A lot of the excitement has been in there. So they are expecting that their strength continues. And they're expecting everything else is garbage. All of their holders. It makes sense, right? You go look at them. So all the Solana people, they're like, oh yeah, we're definitely hitting $1,000 soy and everything's going to be great. Everybody says, oh, there's going to be a rejuvenation of the trenches. So all these people who want to buy and get rugged on Charlie Kirk memes or whatever the new news event is tomorrow, they're going to come in by the droves and they're all going to buy these pump fund tokens and they're going to keep getting rugged to all these insiders who are just optimizing for supplying of tokens now and not actually forming community. So we'll see if that happens. What we're seeing, though, fundamentally, we're seeing stablecoin supercycle. We're seeing Roca Negra coming, tokenizing real-world assets. When you see real-world assets and Blackrock and stuff out here, friends, they're not coming in for JPEG meme coins, okay? What are they tokenizing? They're tokenizing cash. They're tokenizing the bonds. They're tokenizing stocks. Yeah, they're putting all those in here. Obviously, stablecoin supercycle is the biggest part of that all because that's all the payment rails. That's getting people and the users and networks and stuff out here. But yes, we are definitively at a different point compared to the other cycles now. So I guess we'll see how it all plays out. Maybe we're going to see some sort of rocketing off. We don't know. We don't know. Everybody's just trying to go off the past. That's all they can go off. Let's go move on through now. So we've seen as well, friends, Ethereum is still super mega strong. We're now the third green monthly candle in a row. Personally, for me, friends, obviously look, man, when we have the blow-offs in the previous past, Bitcoin and Ethereum have done 5 or 6 green monthly candles in a row. All right, Ethereum is now on only number 3. Many people believe that Ethereum is no longer relevant because, you know, people believe that Solana is going to flip it because of fast transactions. We'll see. It is a bit concerning as well that we are running a very, very, very long amount of time here. Maybe when we do have a blow-off at the end of the year. This is the Bitcoin 6 monthly chart out there. So, yes, what we're waiting for the immediate short term is what we always want to check out. It is this chart. Remember, this is Ethereum's chart. It's doing the bull flag. We're ready to go. Hopefully, we move into, right now, we have the US Fed coming out. So it's going to be in 7 days. Maybe the market just goes in and starts pricing it in. And then we're ready. Maybe they cut. They sell the news. And then it actually reverses up or something. Maybe we have something like that. And then we continue up higher because you're going to get all the weak GTs out. And yeah, there are a lot of weak Gs. We're going to have to get the 4-year cyclers out still somehow. We have to get the people who are going to sell just because the US Fed is starting to cut rates and they're worried about a recession. I've got to remind you of something as well. Let's play some Pumpy G music. I've got to remind you of something. I made 2 key episodes for you. We have data. Some say data. When the US Fed cuts rates, you can categorize and split the S&P 500. Either at new highs or below the highs. Okay? So it's either above the high, at the high, or below the high when they cut rates. If they cut rates below the high, yes, there's like a 90% chance the economy is starting to slow down and the forward year return is like negative 20%, which means S&P 500 is crashing. Okay? When they start to cut rates. You know, something like that. Okay? However, when the US Fed cut rates in our time now, we were above the high. And in those scenarios, I think it was literally 80% chance that the forward 12-month return is positive, like 10%. Okay, so because we were cutting rates when the S&P 500 was through the all-time highs, nothing's a guarantee, but it's just high odds statistically, we kept moving forward. We had another year left to go. Now, that's a stock market, though. You got to remember, crypto tops out before the stock market. We front-run everything. Yeah, because we don't have enough liquidity and we're like hypersensitive to the business cycle, okay? As long as you understand that, you do. This is the weekly chart of BTC. We are going up forward here. I still think Copen expecting, yes, Copen, friends, is expecting Bitcoin to crash down to 95K and Ethereum to crash down to 2,500 and then do some fake out to 5K and then go down to 500. You're all going home, Ethereum. So we'll see if that all plays out. We have the Bitcoin dominance at 58%. Out here, friends. Yeah, so 58% Bitcoin dominance is still shockingly high. People are still in sleepy mode about it, but maybe we're going to get some sort of flash rally or something in Ethereum to really show us how it's done. This is the others chart. Pretty cool. Others USD, not the BTC ratio. It is nicely curling up. A big, friends. This is a huge long-term wedge, man. My gosh. This is surely, man, this has to blow. Like, this has to blow. Come on. You know what I mean? This has to blow up. Give us a pop, right? I want to see an intergalactic massive moonshot. Hopefully AI and everyone starts to think about the future. We're going to speak a bit about the Charlie Kirk stuff. We still haven't found the assassin. We'll blow your mind with a few more things coming off later. So remember, friends, others BTC. So many people, they've de-risked. I've seen friends, like, it's very interesting. You know, pretty much everyone in crypto, they've got at least 50% Bitcoin. 50% Bitcoin portfolio weight, which is juicy. What, you think they're going to keep it? No, they're not. No, they're not going to keep it. You want to know why? Because they all think they're going to get like a 3x on their Bitcoin super fast and they're going to be happy. I'll tell you right now, Mark's going to squeeze your balls. He's going to squeeze your balls, then it's going to kick you in the nuts. They're the same thing, right? Bet you weren't expecting that one. They are all expecting Bitcoin parabolic move, and then they get a free rotation. Oh, look, I hope it happens for everyone. I hope it does. I'm just telling you, you all expect the same thing. And we know something about markets, friends. You don't get what everyone wants. This is the others BTC chart. Okay, this is the others BTC chart. Remember, we're only on the 3rd green monthly candle in a row. I'm not concerned until, look, we have a case for 5 green monthly candles in a row, but because we're so far down and bad, I'm thinking we're going to go for full 6 or even 7. We'll see. And by the way, that was alt season wave 1 in the past. That's not even the very end. But yeah, we'll see how it all comes out. Remember, friends, we're all waiting for the racist Russell 2000. The racist Russell 2000. He's anti-Semitic. He's bigoted. He's sexist. He's racist. He's everything. Okay, he's trying to dilute the white race, open immigration borders policy all around the world. That's what racist Russell 2000 is trying to do if you're a noticer yourself. So this is pretty much what's been happening, friends. If you're looking at the racist Russell 2000, we have only about 1% from the all-time high. You see how it's starting to charge up. That's pretty much the most important thing. The racist Russell 2000 is starting to charge up, and if Bitcoin and Ethereum are moving along with it. We've also had the S&P 500 ticking up to the all-time highs. Yeah, this is mega strong. Remember, friends, while I was telling you about the US Fed data, right? Look when they're cutting rates. This was the previous all-time high. Look, they're cutting rates up here. Do you see that? If they were cutting rates here, so the S&P 500 was rolling over and they're like cutting rates here, yes, statistically, that's when poopy time happens. But we're through all-time highs. So yeah, look, I never expected this. And I'll be honest, I didn't even know that. Because I've been telling you since 2022, hey, maybe we get to the end of the cycle and they cut rates and it's all over. But we never went euphoric, right? But that's why you got to be careful because, like, you know, you make these formulas and these rules and then these things can be different, but you don't want to latch on too long. You have to check your bias, right? So here is the global liquidity fractal and everything as well as we're moving forward through. So we're cranking on as well, friends. PulseChain, core coins, just have a quick squeeze on that. Nothing else pretty much what's going on. EHEX had a plus 13% move. Nice to see. But yeah, I mean, when you're still down 99.5%. So maybe we're just going to wake up one week and, all of PulseChain's up like 300% or something. That'd be nice. We've been waiting a very, very extraordinarily long time. Something I've noticed as well, friends, the ChainLink XRP ratio is starting to revert up. It's very interesting. ChainLink, friends, has big fundamentals going. Hopefully it gets to $160. All my friends and family, everyone's in it. It's $24 now, okay, so for ChainLink. But, okay, I don't want to be held responsible if anyone round trips anything, okay? So I know you're all going to get happy over, like, over your 4X. If ChainLink is 100 US, you just can start taking profit and do whatever you want. Like, some people want to do, like, work in their do some renovations or upgrade their car. Whatever. You can do anything you want with that, It's because I've spent enough thousands of hours wasting my time teaching people, like, hey, if you literally just save your money and buy in the next bear market, you don't have to work in 10 years. You know what I mean? Because right now you are going to have to work in 10 years, but it is what it is. Some people get it, some people don't. Now, as the racist Russell 2000 goes up, this is the daily chart. We are seeing gold stall out. Very nice. You see this gold stalling out here, friends. So hopefully gold does a throwback as we go risk off as well. That's what we want to see. That'll be most important. And friends, let's play some angel music. I'm looking at the MicroStrategy to BTC ratio. It's ticking down. Yeah, we are entering, friends. It's ticking down. Now, it doesn't mean it's over. I mean, it's had these little moments where it looks like it's down and then it goes up. But yeah, man, it's ticking down. That means the MicroStrategy mNAV is going lower. Man, that's wild, man. Did we really we convinced? 1.26. Oh, crap. Oh, whoa. Emergency. I think it's happening, friends. I think we're just seeing the rotation in real time. Now, friendly reminder for everyone at home, and we've always got new people coming in. You're very, very welcome. Take a seat over there. Keep your pants on, please. It's a family-friendly show. The MicroStrategy mNAV, very important. It is the Bitcoin price on their balance sheet, okay? But right now, it's still above 1, okay? It's still above 1. It's at 1.26. So yes, if you're buying Bitcoin, if you're buying MicroStrategy, you are still buying a Bitcoin at 143,000 US dollars when it's 114,000 right now, okay? So you're buying it up there. So that's why if you have MicroStrategy shares already, if you're selling, you are selling a $143,000 BTC. Now, the unfortunate thing is you keep getting diluted. I mentioned it for you. MicroStrategy have increased their share count by 44% in the past 12 months. Okay, so remember what we're looking for, because we have no sample size for these. Sample size here, we're totally guessing. Okay, maybe that mNAV, man, it used to be 1.8, it used to be 2, then 1.9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Remember, now 1.2, 1.26. As it goes down, maybe it goes down to 1.00. And it will be fair game there. And then everyone says, oh, whatever. And then maybe it starts to go a bit negative. Okay. When that happened to Grayscale in 2021, that was the final 3 to 4 months of alt season. Okay. When that happened to Grayscale. And people are going to argue about, yes, no. Here's the thing, friends. I'm going to try to stay away from MicroStrategy maxis because they're going to get in your head and go, no. The reason why it's down is because of this and because of that, and we're still up. It's all cope. Trust me, it's all cope. Don't listen to it. The number, don't listen to it, okay? The number's going down. It's all cope, okay? So what it usually is an indicator, none of them are going to admit this. So I'll tell you this now before it happens. As it goes down, it means there's no demand for Bitcoin. We have run out of the Bitcoin spot demand and the leveraged dog shit on Bitcoin demand. Okay, these are sexually confused people. Okay, people will then move out the risk curve to whatever it is. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Doge, all our meme coin, whatever. Okay, they're going to move all around the risk curve, and the new narratives appear, and that's the final end game. That's the final burst of the alt. Okay, that's how it works. The thing is, though, everybody's trying to guess the rotation. No one knows. Everyone says, oh, this thing's going to rotate. We don't know. Everyone's taking a full punt. But the thing is, it's definitely out of Bitcoin. And you have your Bitcoin maxis, name a KOL, friends, they're all over allocated to Bitcoin. They don't know it. They think they're all geniuses. You guys aren't geniuses, dude. I'm telling you now, altcoins are the infrastructure of Bitcoin. Okay, we're just early. You can't do privacy on it. look, we've gone through all of these things, yeah, forever and ever. Let me check Metaplanet as well. Metaplanet is also getting crushed. It's down at mNAV 1.449. My gosh, this should trade at 5. Yeah. So when Bitcoin was 80,000, this was trading at 5. So Bitcoin on their balance sheet was $400,000. Yeah. Wow. Now their mNAV is not 5. It's all the way down to 1.4. My gosh. Okay. We're going to be monitoring that over time. Yeah, so it's a sign, like I said, look, my friends, we're all looking at data, but everybody interprets it differently, you know? Michael Saylor, he's not going to say, oh, it's time for altcoins. He's not going to say that. The Bitcoin maxis like Copen, they're not going to say, oh, now it's time for altcoins. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, oh, no, the market's in a dip phase and now risk off is happening, so altcoins are going to go down and Bitcoin's going to take all the money absorption and stuff. That's what they're going to say, okay? Now, friends, obviously following the death of Charlie Kirk, there's a lot of suspicious things. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we're still waiting for the shooter. We have a guy right behind Charlie. You've seen this. He does these hand signals. Check him out. Check him out.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last
10 years? He does it. And then there's another guy that does these, but we don't know if he's just touching his arm. I don't know about this. There's very, very suspicious things that are happening out here. Also, friends, yes, so I think, look, just to let you know, friends, I know I make content for red pillars, okay? I have no care for blue pill cucks. But a lot of blue-pilled people, I know you're watching me. It's like I'm your pornography because you're not allowed to tell your family that you watch and you listen to this. Just to let you know, okay? I'll keep it family-friendly. Every intelligence agency operative has known this for 70 years. You can actually alter people's minds. Do you know that? The US government, there's a thing called the MK Ultra where the Coconut Intelligence Agency used LSD to alter people's minds. Okay, now they only have, this is the saddest part of everything. The whole operation got blown up and their cover got blown. So they had to burn away and delete from public eye 99% of their documents. They only kept 1%. The 1% is what they showed in court for the public. And that's what we know today. So think about this. The other 99% was so bad. It was so bad that what I'm about to tell you was the lightest and easiest thing for the public to swallow, which is that the Coconut Intelligence Agency, they went to brothels, they got the ladies of the night, and they set up experiments, and they got men to come in, and they experimented them. They gave them different LSD drugs. They tried to give them different truth serums, try to get factual stuff out of them to see how likely they are to follow instructions. They did every experiment under the sun. And they tested it, and these men could never go back, and that's why they did this. They did this at brothels because these men are not, they can't go to the newspaper and go, oh yeah, I was at the brothel yesterday, and they'll drug me up, okay? So, and by the way, what I'm about to say, this was by the US government. This is in the 50s. So it's been 75 years, just to let you know, okay? And they do know how to wipe memories. Just to tell you, so in the context of Charlie Kirk, okay, they could, friends, it's very easy. Think about this. If I'm a pleb sitting on a squeaky chair in a dusty room, you could get anyone with a gun, okay? And you get them to go somewhere, all right? And somehow you force them to take some sort of liquid or some tablet. Their last 4 hours of memory is wiped out. And they're holding like the murder weapon. They have no idea how that happened. And they end up dead later on, okay? So I'm sure they've practiced this stuff. They've done espionage. I'm sure they've practiced this stuff in many, many places. Now, you don't know in any of these, but you can already tell, friends. I mean, like, I got to tell you this. This guy is an actual, look at this guy.
We have a problem because we have a corrupt government that will mislead you any chance that they can get. Anyone that they put in front of you at this point.
So I don't want the music to basically play out, friends, but he's basically...
It's to water down the narrative, to pull you from the truth.
So he basically explains, I think he used to be in the army as well. He says, this bullet, 200 yards away, trained assassin, they knew Charlie Kirk, friends, Charlie Kirk, do you know he always wore a bulletproof vest, so they knew to get him in the neck. Okay, they knew to get him in the neck. And if you want to know, friends, it's interesting. A lot of people in my real life, I didn't know this. Charlie Kirk started asking about Israel in the past 2 months. He started questioning. And there are, you friends, you've seen all these posts. So like, he started asking for the Epstein files. And yeah, I think that's just what it is, man. And this, friends, okay, if you're a blue pill cuck, this is important. Okay, I'm sorry. you're like, I don't know how you wake up every day and you look at stuff like what I'm about to show you and you think this is actually legit. There was, okay, look at this. Harrison Smith. I'm not going to name names, friends. This was literally a month ago. He said this. I'm not going to name names. I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. And Harrison Smith has come out and he says, oops, did I blow an accidental Mossad operation? Friends, they're very good. Mossad's elite. We got some elite level deception here, man. They're really, really, really good. This is elite stuff. Check it out, friends. So there was a boomer that was arrested. Do you remember yesterday I showed you this boomer? Well, how can you make this up, dude? The boomer, when the shot was fired, this man, George Zinn, created a textbook distraction that allowed the shooter to escape. Zinn, it has to be said, is also Ashkenazi Jewish, which doesn't mean he was part of a Mossad plot, but it's kind of odd. Utah has one of the lowest Jewish populations in America. So, really weird. He comes out and there's a fake BB gun. Come on, man. Come on, man. Who's carrying a fake BB gun at a Utah rally? And you know what's even more sus, friends? Do you know when the shot was done, George Zinn, this guy, they let him go. How sus is that? They let him go. He was yelling to the cops saying, come shoot me, come shoot me. It wasn't him. Everyone thought it was him. Man, so this is just, man, this is elite level stuff. Elite. Check it out. Since when is an 80-year-old dude at a college debate? And he literally said he did it and did it again. It was a clear distraction. Wow. So, yeah, man. So, who knows? They're probably trying to pin someone else now. And friends, also very suspicious. Bibi Netanyahu, Israel PM, and Donald Trump tweeted at the exact same minute that Charlie Kirk died. The exact same minute. And in Israel, it was midnight. Why are you staying up to midnight to tweet this? It's just, you know. Or it could just be a total coincidence. You let me know. So all these other things will probably get uncovered out here. So here's the thing, friends. We're going to see more of these things flare up. And remember, the response is always the money printer. It's always going to be the money printer, but there will be more of these things flaring up. Don't let yourself get caught up with it. Don't break friendships and family of this. There is no resolution, friends. Okay? You and I, we're always going to be outsiders. We're never going to be insiders. Okay? And by the way, if you're a powerful outsider, they just kill you anyway. So I've got to laugh. It's true, right? Just so we know this. We know how it ends. Now let's crack on. So the S&P 500 has closed at a new all-time high, as I just showed you, and racist Russell 2000 is advancing higher. This is beautiful to see for cryptocurrency, the land of cryptocurrency. When the racist Russell 2000 is moving up with Ethereum, okay, they're starting to tick, 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 and hopefully we get more glory coming up later. Also, friends, I want to show you some amazing news that come out. I don't know how the world did this, but Jim Cramer says he's bearish on RH. RH, darn it all. Richard Hart, Jim Cramer is bearish on Richard Hart. That means PulseChain is about to send higher. Here's Richard Hart and Tom Lee. Everything out here is having a lot of fun. I'm going to have to just remind everybody. It's kind of funny. Out of the universe, something appears. Jim Cramer is actually bearish on Richard Hart. Now it's time to send it. It's going to be great. The Kippy, friends. The Kippy came out at 2.9%, exactly as expected. So the market is pricing in the cuts. But we don't know, right? Because we had a big... So friends, we're always wondering, right? Well, here's the thing, man. Like, we just didn't know. Like, why was the economy spinning so much wheels last year? Why didn't the business PMI go up? It was meant to go up. Well, now we know why. The numbers were cooked. There were 1 million jobs lost. It was actually 911,911. Kind of funny on the anniversary as well. We'll get told this. So about 1 million jobs were missing from America creation last year, and it went into the data to try and make Joe Biden look good. Right? So to prop it all up, which is all a bunch of baloney. Okay? So we have been spinning wheels. So everything has been weaker than initially thought. What does that mean from here on? People are saying the recession has started and things are really bad. They're saying that. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we get another big sugar rush. The 30-year fixed mortgage rates records their biggest drop in a year, which is great. So that's people taking out retail homes. Just to let you know, friends, houses are the economy of America. You've got to look after houses. Houses are tight. America's had like a price reset for everything out here. So hopefully we can continue. But, you know, I mean, like, we know eventually we're going to get the Judgment Day recession. It's just like, where's crypto going to land in? I'm just hoping crypto is a reflection of AI, and we got a price in the future, friends. That's what you learn about markets, but you have to be here for a very long time like me. The market doesn't go to fair value and die, okay? It prices in the future, because now that we're at fair value, people get comfortable with the fair value, And then they start to think, we're at fair value now, because they can't imagine us going back to depression anymore. So they're like, because it's the new people that come in. That's why. Another example. Okay, Hex is down 99%, right? Let's say Hex goes back to like 10 cents. Yeah. The new people buying, there are new people buying at 10 cents. They're thinking about $1. They're thinking about $2. They're thinking about $10, right? They don't have the memory, the scarring of the 4-year drop down 99%, Interpol attacking, Richard Hart not able to stream, SEC attacking. They don't have those memories. They don't have them at all. It's new, you know what I mean? So that's why you might eventually see into an overpricing. But, you know, everyone can argue about how high everything can go, right? PayPal said it's going to help expand the HyperLiquid community through its 400 million PayPal and Venmo accounts. A lot of people, they're trying to bid for HyperLiquid because they really want their stablecoin demand. Everyone, they really want to be the stablecoin, because it's like, this is why it's big, friends, because HyperLiquid has like a 10% market share of the exchanges, right? So, and it has phenomenally huge growth, and it's going to have a lot of competition, but that's why everybody's coming for it. It's literally like Bybit and Binance. See, Binance did have a US dollar and then they cut it off, right? Remember the SEC, friends? That's actually why we have a huge product market fit for PDI, because the SEC illegally and unjustly, they stopped the $20 billion of Binance US dollar. They just stopped it in 2023. They cut the legs of it so Coinbase could reign supreme and they could put CZ in jail. They did that unlawfully. It all happened in front of us. It was a disgusting thing that they did, but whatever. You know, Coinbase play nasty. They're part of deep state insider scum as well, okay? So yeah, that's obviously gives product market fit to PDI. Now you get to see why you have to do this another way. You can't put your name attached to these things. So as you can see, having the stablecoins is big money, because you get an exchange, everyone uses your stablecoin, all the volume goes through it. You have a big network effect, which means the company that's issuing it, they get more access to the bonds. It's free money. It's literally free money. Like they're just sitting in the middle as vultures, right? The launch of the DogeCoin ETF, Doge, D-O-J-E, trading has been delayed to Friday, September 12th. So I think that's a typo as well. So that might be, I think it was October or November, or maybe it's coming out now. I don't know. Has it been delayed by a day? Whatever. It's going to come out soon. Hopefully there's a lot of demand. I don't think there's going to be a lot of demand, because like we're just getting barely on our feet with Ethereum, and Doge is one of those things. So maybe Doge needs an actual lightning rod moment. Like maybe Elon, you know, I don't know. I just keep saying this. We just got to manifest. I really want Elon to turn Twitter and add financial Twitter. Add like a crypto exchange part on it. Let people swap stuff. Let it have a wallet access. Support EVM. Support Soy. Support them. And you can make, you know, like infinite wallets on there, or you can you have your public wallet. Yeah, I'm just not sure how you do it. It'd be it'd be very tough, because man, the amount of hacks that are going to happen, you know what I mean? Oh man, it's just like, it's so high alert. You got to have like 15 things of security. You got to have like a super smart cold wallet thing, you know? Like if I was Elon, for example, before I even did it, I would have a smart contract built for the Twitter platform, where on your website, you can make all your money like deep cold. So if you want to withdraw, it takes 7 days for the so it probably goes to a smart contract, and then like you can't withdraw out of your deep cold for 7 days. So it sets an alert, and then basically, so if your account gets hacked and someone tries to withdraw, you got 7 days, and you can just send it to like an email or like 2 backup emails, and if one of the backup emails just cancels it, you're able to stop the withdrawal until you can get things fixed or something. So it's pretty big, but like I'm just thinking about stuff like this in the future. But yeah, hopefully we make financialization of Twitter. There's no rumors of this or anything, but you know, hopefully we get there. Rocco Negra is exploring ETF tokenization after its Bitcoin fund success. And I've mentioned here, they will tokenize funds with RWA and stonks, and they are exploring tradable ETF tokens on the blockchain. So this is beautiful, friends, because they're all coming to crypto. Crypto's not going to TradFi. So they're probably going to have, you know, you are able to own, you know, the S&P 500, the biggest index stocks. You can own them in crypto and have it in your portfolio. You know, it gives you like free access to do these things, which, look, it sounds amazing, but remember, friends, the 2 richest people types on all these ETF brokerage accounts, the 2 richest people, one, they're dead. They're actually people who passed away, so they can't sell, number one. And number 2, people who lost their logins. They don't even know their login passwords. So it's telling you, like, having more options, it just puts more uncertainty and decisions to get things wrong in your mind. That's pretty much what it is. Like, because you live day to day and thousands of news pieces come out, right? So it's hard for you to teleport 10 years into the future. That's why it's extremely tough, you know. And there's always people throwing FUD. Like Microsoft went down and sideways for 17 years before it started going up. Literally did a 500x, and then then from 2000 to 2017 it did sideways. 17 years, and then it's starting to bust a high. Oh my gosh, like it's wild, man. Wild. More choice doesn't necessarily mean better, but you know what I would really like of everything before they even do that. I want a crypto ETF. That's what I want before I even do those. Give us a crypto ETF so you can bet on the index, which is really what you want, right? Because then it'll let you bet on Bitcoin and the altcoins, right? Because right now you got to do it manually. You got to have a Bitcoin ratio and stuff, but you know, be careful what you wish for, because maybe the growth rate's gone by the time they do it. The US Commerce Department GDP and macro data will be brought to SAY via ChainLink, enabling institutional grade markets. So the US Department of Commerce, and then you have ChainLink here in the middle, and then it goes to SAY, aka soy. So ChainLink is sitting in between of everything. Hopefully it does flip XRP and it goes to like $200 or whatever. That's what ChainLink is. XRP's got an army though, right? Chainlink army fans, just to let you know, Chainlink was the original Pepe army. So Chainlink was 4chan frogs taking over the world, and then it became like really institutional, and the price action growth, and we kept getting dumped on by Sergey, and just DeFi and come back. So all the frog marines, they went to actual Pepe. They went to other stuff. They've moved on. So that was where it all started. Hopefully we do get to see a nice bid in it alongside everything else. 3 dormant wallets with 955 Bitcoin have awakened after 13 years. So why I show this to you, friends, I show this for a reason. We have on-chain data, okay? The wealthiest people play long-term. Not ifs or buts. And it's not even like, okay, this long-term guy, he's got a net worth of 7 million, and this trader's got a net worth of 5 million. It's not like that, dude. It's literally the long-term guy's got a net worth of 70 million, and the average trader has a net worth of negative 40,000. That's a discrepancy. It's out of this world. Okay, it's literally not even close. Yes, we can cherry pick some people on leaderboards, blah, 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 up and down, but we've gone through this thousands of times, okay? Their edge is constantly diminishing away. And then you have to rely on them pausing at the right time and then taking the right bets. And then they go through these drawdown periods. Many people go through drawdown periods for like a year because they just keep tilting over and over again, or they take a big hit, you know? So it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you want to focus on the top 1% winning, whatever. You can focus on the top 1% winning in everything. Personally, I want to focus on the minus 99% losing. How do we get everyone winning? So I'm not even here for that. It's just what I'm doing is everyone wins, man. Okay? Long-term value creation. Now, where are we going to go to from here? Well, remember, friends, all eyes on the racist Russell 2000. This is the Ethereum chart. It's nice. It's starting to curl up. You can see it's actually nicely starting to curl up. Hopefully, Ethereum starts to bust up through, and we can finally get to the US Fed. Maybe they do the rate cut, and then things start to fly. Remember, Ethereum, I think 7,200 is that first big macro level, and then I guess we'll all play it from there. Yes, we're still waiting and waiting and grinding and grinding. Hopefully, the business cycle cranks. Like, subscribe, bitty button, all. Catch you in the next one.